Oh my, 1,601! Are you mad? Are you mad, bruv? What is this tank, bro? It's a joke, that's what it is. Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be comparing the Jpz E100 with the Death Star side by side to find out which tank you should grind for next. So without further ado, let's just start this video. Let's go! First up, we have the armor profile, and we're going to be testing the Jpz E100 first from a Leopard with calibrated shells. So as you can see here, frontally with regular APCR shells, the Jpz E100 can only be penned into the lower plate. When angled, the lower plate can also become very red. Furthermore, if we start looking at the side, the whole side can easily be penned with AP and APCR. If we load gold, the frontal cheeks can also be penned. This counts for heavies as well. So against gold shells, the Jpz E100 becomes very, very weak. But of course, against AP shells, it holds its own very, very well. Against heavy tanks with AP, as well as some TDs, the Jpz E100 will be able to brawl and fight effectively at close range. Furthermore, as you can see, if the Jpz E100 over angles a bit too much, the sides can also be penned with gold. Since the skirts or the side skirts are from the E100, they will not be penned by heat or HE shells. But if you angle properly, as you can see here, the sides will also be red and the lower plate will also be red, and therefore penning the Jpz E100 becomes very, very hard. But don't forget that your tracks are super weak, so don't over angle, and you have to feel the tank as well. So that's that. Next up, we're going to be looking at the Death Star, and here it's literally a cardboard box, no armor on the thing whatsoever. I tried shooting the red spots in the hope of, having a random ricochet, but it didn't happen. And, overall, it's just a very weak tank in terms of armor. Of course, in random battles, some random ricochets could happen, but overall, in terms of armor, the Death Star is clearly the loser in comparison to the Jpz E100, so 1-0 at the moment. Now let's switch over to mobility, and here the Death Star definitely shines. 34 kilometers, top speed is very, very good compared to the 30 on the Jpz E100. Obviously, the power to weight ratio on the Death Star is also a bit nicer, which means that it also has a better traverse speed. On top of that, you have a turret, so using this mobility to your advantage is very, very nice. You can come around the corner, smack someone for 1000 plus, and then go back very, very easily. We obviously did a couple of test drives, and in both of them, the Death Star overtook the Jpz E100, so I can definitely conclude that the Death Star is a lot better in terms of mobility compared to the very, very sluggish Jpz E100. So in terms of armor, the Jpz E100 is a 1-0, and the mobility allowed the Death Star to make it a 1-1. So it's a draw as of now. Next, we're going to be looking at the firepower of both tanks. As you can see here, the Death Star is a lot worse compared to the Jpz E100 in terms of gun handling. Even the gun depression, aim time, and dispersion is worse on the Death Star compared to that of the Jpz E100. The Jpz E100's alpha is a little bit worse compared to standard AP shells of the Death Star. However, if we switch over to HESH, oh boy, 1300 plus easily. And this is the most toxic tank in the game due to that humongous alpha, and therefore I would definitely say it's a tie. Even though the Jpz E100 is comfortable to shoot from, the Death Star has that humongous alpha. On top of that, it has a very, very nice turret, which means that it's comfortable at peeking around the corners. So I would definitely say it's a 2-2, guys, and the 1v1 is definitely going to decide the fate of these tanks. As you can see here, I'm with a friend of mine from G-Game, and of course I put a nice little HESH into the turrets of the Jpz E100. So as you can see here, now he's a one-shot for me. I can usually, load my AP and pretty much clap him with relative ease. 1-0 at the moment. Now it's round number 2. I forgot to mention that the Jpz E100 does have a slight better DPM, but I don't know if that really counts. Of course, again, I'm trying to hit that hatch because you know, the Jagdpanzer E100 will definitely out DPM me because of his reload speed. So therefore, I have to hit these HESH shells with relative ease in order to, you know, somehow fight my old clanmate. So as you can see here, we're running around the fountain, and I'm pretty much trying to find that little weak point. Again, the turret is a major bonus for the Death Star, just because of the fact that it's very comfortable to peek around the corner. If someone smashes your, you know, tracks, it's no big problem. You can still technically turn your turret, but don't forget that the turret doesn't turn for 360 degrees. It is very limited, but it is better than nothing, you know what I mean? As you can see here, I obviously hit the HESH shell again, and now he's a one-shot for me, and I'm able to kill him. So it's a 2-0, and then we swap tanks, and I'm in the Jagdpanzer E100, he's in the Death Star, and this time I do a quick trick to get the upper ground, and you know, I'm hoping he doesn't pen me with HESH here, but I think his HESH shell goes through. As you can see here, 1000 plus. It's insane. This tank is super toxic, and you can get hit for 1600. I think that happened to me once on stream, and it was super annoying. But even though the third one was won by the Jagdpanzer E100, it was a 2-1, and I would definitely say that the Death Star was the clear winner in this mini tournament, just because of, you know, how fun it is. The Death Star is a very fun machine. It's a bit mobile, therefore it allows the player to have a bit more fun, you know, smash someone for 1500 if you're lucky. So I would definitely say that the Death Star is the clear winner in this mini tournament. Of course, in terms of playstyle, these tanks are completely different. The Jagdpanzer E100 could be nice for some players. Again, it's armored, and therefore doing damage will be a bit better, and compared to the Death Star, just because of the damage and the nice reliable gun you have. But for fun modes, I would definitely say the Death Star is the winner. Obviously, the Death Star shouldn't be played front line. Second line is ideal. I wouldn't recommend playing off the third line on the Death Star just because of that inaccurate gun. While the Jagdpanzer E100 as well, it shouldn't be played on the third line. The camo is garbage, so I would definitely say being on the front line and playing off with your armor is very nice. In a situation where you have a lot of mediums, I would say that the second line is the ideal playstyle for this tank. So front line for sure on the Jagdpanzer E100. Most of the time you should be with your heavies, clapping the enemy team, while the Death Star is a bit different. Of course, you have no armor, therefore sit behind your teammates. When the enemy shoots your teammate or something like that, you can peek around the corner using that turret and take the advantage into your hands and pretty much smash the enemy for 1300 and go back in. You know, it's a very simple, but at the same time a very fun gameplay in my opinion. Of course, this gameplay here, it isn't mine. I got it from BlitzStars. I don't think the damage ratio is too great. Not damage ratio, sorry. The damage dealt isn't too great. I think it's 7000, which isn't anything extraordinary. However, it's just something for the background for me to talk about these tanks. In my personal opinion, I would definitely say that the Jagdpanzer E100 is better, but for fun modes, the Death Star is better. So, you know, to each their own, I guess. And overall, the Death Star is very toxic in my opinion. I don't think anyone should be, you know, should deserve to be hit for 1600, even if they made a mistake. You know what I mean? A waffle has around 1600 HP. So if a Death Star HEs a waffle, that's gonna be insane. You know what I mean? It's gonna pretty much one-shot the waffle, or it's gonna cripple the waffle. I don't think anyone should deserve to, you know, go through such pain. And the amount of rage people encounter is insane from a Death Star. I think I forgot to mention the fact that the Death Star also has 220 millimeters of HESH pen, which is one of the most important things about the tank, of course. And this means that you can HESH, you know, a lot of parts, even on heavy tanks. For example, you can, I think you can you can pen the lower plate of a lot of heavy tanks. And that's just, you know, I don't think that should be allowed. The Death Star is far too toxic. But again, this is just my opinion. It has ruined a lot of sessions and days for me. So if you agree, tell me what you think in the comment section below. But with that, I think this video definitely comes to an end. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy is out. Bye bye.